The topic that we will be looking at today is that of ethical considerations of artificial intelligence in education. Today, artificial intelligence is a part of a lot of the technologies that we are interacting with or that we are using on a regular basis. Today we find that artificial intelligence, it is utilized in a wide range of activities, including that includes industries, manufacturing, healthcare services, banking, insurance, communication, uh, transport, advertising, shopping, digital assistance, and so on. We can see that the impact of artificial intelligence is very widespread across several sectors, and its application is continuously increasing. As these systems become more and more advanced, refined, and upgraded. Let us understand the meaning of artificial intelligence very briefly. It refers to the ability of a digital computer or computer controlled robot to perform tasks that are commonly associated with intelligent beings. The term artificial intelligence, it is used to describe the project of developing technological systems uh, that have been given intellectual processes, that have been given those intellectual abilities which are the characteristics of human beings, such as the ability to reason, uh, to find meaning, to learn from experience, to to generalize, and so on. So basically, it is the ability. When we say artificial intelligence, we mean it is the ability of a machine to display human-like capabilities. Capabilities such as reasoning, learning, planning, making choices or taking decisions, and so on. Now, AI in education, it is a prevalent emerging trend that has the has opened up new possibilities in education, and which has the potential of transforming the educational process and providing more improved, personalized, and more enriched learning experiences to the students. Though AI has holds all these promises, and it has the capacity to revolutionize the educational process. However, there are some ethical concerns that are generated that need to be looked at due to the use of AI in education. And some of these concerns include that of privacy and data security, transparency and accountability, concerns regarding equity and inclusion, creativity and originality, bias that can happen in the that can occur in the algorithm, and teacher-student relationship. These are not all, but some of the ethical concerns that arise due to the use of AI in education, and let us understand a little more in detail what these concerns are. Privacy and security. So the use of artificial intelligence, it raises several concerns about this issue of privacy and security of data, uh, as the personal data of students, of learners, these may be collected and used by these AI systems. Now, we should understand that every time we interact with AI systems, uh, we leave what are known as digital footprints, or we leave some information about ourselves. And therefore, there arises the fear that this information may be stored, uh, analyzed, and potentially subjected to misuse. So therefore, it is important that educational institutions, they need to develop appropriate, relevant policies and procedures to protect the students' privacy and prevent any kind of unauthorized access to this data, to their data. So therefore, measures such as, uh, taking informed consent for collecting data, seeing to it that there is only the minimal, only minimal data is collected, implementing very strong data security measures with respect to data sharing, policies on data retention, data deletion. All these are safeguards which can help in protecting the students' privacy. Uh, Also, when it comes to AI systems, with public AI systems, educators should remember, or they should try to avoid giving sensitive details about themselves or their students, may be related to any kind of private communications or health records or financial information and so on. This Regarding this, care must be taken. uh, Transparency needs to be maintained about data practices. uh, all the stakeholders, the teachers, students, parents, all of them should be informed about what data is being collected, how it will be used, who can access it, and so on. This is very, very important. And it is also important that teachers and students, they should be educated, they should be trained, they should be made aware of the usage of AI systems, how to navigate through these systems, and also of the risks that are involved when using AI systems. By conducting regular monitoring, involving all stakeholders, continuously reviewing all policies, educational institutions, to a large extent, they can ensure that there are uh, better safety protocols are followed, and a more responsible use of the AI systems are followed. The next concern, ethical concern with respect to the use of AI in education is that of transparency and accountability. Now, artificial intelligence systems, they are very complex systems. They can be very difficult, for people to understand, and we actually do not have much clarity about how these systems work. How do they function? How do they arrive at these decisions? So, educational institutions, they should uh, strive, or they should try to get transparency from these from AI providers, and try to understand how AI makes these decisions, these recommendations, so that a little more control can be maintained over the educational process. Uh, since it is difficult to understand their working, or that of the artificial intelligence, it one of the challenges that arise is that of holding them accountable for their decisions and actions. And this can be a problem, this can be a particular concern in higher education, uh, where AI systems may be used to make, to arrive at decisions regarding the grades of the students and their progress in their academics. So it is important to be clear, like as to how these decisions are made, who will be responsible, who is accountable, so that if any kind of error takes place, if any kind of issues or disputes arise, then appropriate action can be taken, corrective uh, uh, actions, redressal can take place. So it is necessary to know who will be responsible for these decisions made by the artificial intelligence. And educators, students, and parents all should be provided with the resources to understand how AI systems work and make decisions. Frequent monitoring of the system by somebody who is in charge, by an in charge person, is necessary, so that to ensure that everything is in order, is moving in order, and if any corrective steps need to be taken. Equity and inclusion is another crucial concern, uh, because it is a fact that not all students have equal access to computer devices, to the internet, to whatever online resources, tools, etc. Now, this kind of an imbalance, it could lead to an increase or to widening of the uh, gap when it comes to learning and achievements of between students from different socioeconomic backgrounds. This lack of digital access, this difference in availability of digital resources, it can add to the existing inequalities. Already there exists inequalities when it comes to access to digital resources, and with AI systems being introduced, if they are not accessible to everyone, then it can compound the existing inequalities. Uh, AI technology does have the potential to improve access, to provide, to be more inclusive for students with disabilities. But it is also a fact that AI systems are not equally available and accessible to all the learners. Therefore, if AI, when applying to education, if it is not aptly designed, if it is not catering to the needs of all the students, then it can increase these inequalities, it can increase learning inequalities, particularly also for students with special needs. If the AI tools, for instance, they are not developed keeping in mind that it should be accessible to all students, students with learning disabilities will find it challenging, or their use would be limited or will not be able to use at all. So also there is the possibility that there can be some bias in the algorithm on based on which these tools function, and therefore because of this bias, it may prove these AI systems or AI tools may prove to be more effective for mainstream students than those with special needs. So, therefore, educational institutions must focus on seeing to it that AI systems are more accessible, and they are personalized, and therefore they are usable to all types of learners. Creativity and originality. There is this concern that the use of AI can hamper the creativity and originality of the students, because as students and teachers, they become more dependent on the technology, on AI systems. There is the risk of producing work uh, that has limited or that is devoid of creativity and originality. So today both students and teachers, they face the risk of, all of us face the risk of becoming overly reliant on AI driven technology. And for students, what happens is that many a times AI generated work could adversely affect their thinking abilities, especially the development of critical thinking. Therefore, instead of enhancing learning, it may lead to limited learning, as students do not acquire, they do not learn the knowledge and skills that was the outcome for that particular learning. For instance, we are all now aware of the use of chat gpt. It's a sophisticated language model, can generate large language content. It can craft very apt text matter. Its ability to provide instant feedback, answer questions, and help in academic writing, it has made it very popular. It has made it a very important component among the existing educational tools and resources. But what is happening is that though these kind of tools may increase productivity, more work is produced, but it has raised other concerns of quality, concerns of cheating, concerns of plagiarism, and so on. So AI may lead to easier and faster work being produced, but it need not necessarily lead to a better quality of work, or with work that has a better educational value. So this is also a very pressing ethical concern when it comes to AI in education. Now, another significant ethical concern in AI education, it is that of bias in the algorithm. So, AI systems, these artificial intelligence systems, they are based on huge data sets, and they are trained on these data sets, and they learn patterns, they make the decisions based on this data training. Now, if this data, if this training data is biased, if there is some kind of bias there, then it can impact the decisions of the AI system. So if this data contains bias, then those biases will be learned and it will be extended, or it will be continued by the AI systems. Now, for example, if the data, it includes students performance information regarding the students performance that is biased towards one particular gender group, or one particular ethnicity, or one particular socio-economic group, then the AI system could learn to favor students from that group. So if this AI system is trained on data that is that is predominantly from students of a particular social group, there are chances that its recommendations, its personalizations might not be so effective for students from other social backgrounds. So therefore, it is necessary to examine, to monitor, to evaluate these AI tools for any kind of bias, to continuously see, focus, examine their performance, and implement the corrective steps. The teacher-student relationship is a very important issue. The teacher-student relationship, it plays a very crucial and a very a significant role in the learning process. So uh, AI systems have the capacity to enhance, to augment, to enrich the educational process. However, it should not be used to replace human teachers altogether. It is important to ensure that AI enhances rather than replaces. Uh, it uh, because human interactions are a very important part of the educational process. The human factor is important for encouraging, for motivating, for promoting critical thinking, uh, confidence, creativity, etc. among the learners. We need to understand that the teachers have a very strong impact on their learners. Uh, Along with the content that they are teaching, they make a difference. Uh, by their experiences, their understanding, their responses, their empathy, and how they answer to, how they respond to the needs of the different learners. This is something that cannot really be provided by the artificial intelligence systems. So therefore, it is important that students should have access to both human and AI based educational resource. Uh, we need to understand that artificial intelligence has immense potential to uh, to transform, to revolutionize the educational process. And as we are examining its long-term implications, we need to understand that uh, to positively or to optimally leverage the advantages of AI in education, we need to focus on these ethical concerns. We need to examine these ethical concerns involved and develop appropriate remedial measures.